Hello, I'm Nadine Coyle and today we are speaking to Mybliss.
Are there a few surprises on the album?
There are, this is a 13-track album and you can put it on, you should be able to, if I've done my job correctly, then you should be able to listen from track number 1 running and feel full of life and ready to get up and dance the whole way right through until maybe track 7 or 8. And then it'll start to wind down, so you'll get your partying over and done with, and then you'll be able to wind down and reflect after that.
Was it scary recording as a solo artist for the first time?
I think when I first started recording, it was more writing, so I was just more a songwriter that was then getting up and you sang the songs, and I wasn't even really thinking about the songs for me myself as an artist. And then as it all kind of started to transpire and everything that was going on, and I was able to open my own record label called Black Pen and have the retail and deal with Tesco, so then it all became very serious and very business-like, and I had to be all very mature. So it was different, but it was exciting.
What was the best part about it?
The best part about writing my own album was actually being able to take the time to do it. And the album was originally going to be called Never Before Noon because I wasn't able to write any songs before 12 o'clock midday. So it would start, kind of 2, 3 o'clock, and you would go and you would get your cappuccinos or your juice or whatever it is, and then kind of go on and throughout the night, just writing songs and talking and getting to know the producers that I was with, which were just people with great experience and people from all over the world, so it was a massive learning curve.
For this album, is it, well, certainly in Insatiable, you're really going for it in the vocals, so is this album kind of showing off your voice a bit more, and is it trying to show a different side?
This album is more, this is much more comfortable in my vocal range than stuff that I had done previously, because I had written this stuff and done, the melody and stuff like that, so I know what my voice can do comfortably. And that's just the wonderful thing about writing your own stuff, is that you know what you can do and what you can't do, so there's nothing on the album that I can't recreate easily enough. So although it sounds like I'm really going for it in Insatiable and some of the other songs, it's actually quite comfortable for me to do, thankfully.
Do you still get nervous performing even after all this time?
Thank you. I hope that as long as I sing for that I'll always get nervous to a degree, especially if people are paying to come and see a show, because it's important. People have actually spent money to come and see your show, so the least you can do is give them the best possible show that you can. And for me, in order to do that, then I get nervous because I'm like, I have to enjoy it, and they come the whole way here, they spend money, and so I feel the pressure and the nerves in that way. Mm-hmm.
So do you have any little tricks that you do to calm yourself down, or do you have to go off by yourself for a bit?
I try to do like a visualization technique before I go on, which is you imagine it going really, really well. You look at the stage, you imagine yourself singing, you picture it, the band doing great, the backing singer's doing great, me doing great, and then hopefully that happens once you get up there, because you've kind of already done it in your mind. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I like that, positive thinking.
Positive thinking all the time.
Can't go wrong then.
Yeah.
You say in your bio on your website that there's a song booklet with the album, so that your listeners can have a good go at it themselves. Have you ever forgotten your own words?
Forgotten words, yes. Because what happens is, what happens is that I've had so many different versions of what I was going to actually sing about in most of the songs. So I sometimes naturally in a certain mood would go into a certain version of something, but that might not necessarily be the album version. So we can see that in one of two ways. Positive, that we're getting a whole different song in a show, or negative, that I'm singing totally different words sometimes. So definitely when I'm doing all this stuff, I've got to concentrate on the words because I do have that tendency.
You never have them written on the back of your hand or anything?
Never on the back of my hand, because I would have to take up my whole hand, or else it would just have to be tiny, tiny little letters on there to get them all in.
Who would you love to do a duet with if you had the pick of everybody? Who would you go for?
If I had the pick of everybody right now, I would choose CeeLo to do a track with, or I would choose Jamiroquai.
Oh, interesting. Why is that?
I love how Jamiroquai's songs, you don't have a gap in there. And this is his last album. There's literally not a gap. Every space is filled with an instrument or a vocal or some type of beat. And I love that kind of style as well. I like to sing on top of that.
I like it. We looked up the word insatiable, and it can also mean being a bit greedy.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to give you a little test to see how greedy you are.
Okay.
Okay, first one.
I'm going to take a sip. Let me prepare.
Mentally prepare.
Okay.
Okay. Would you ever give someone your last Rolo?
Yes.
Every time?
I think because it's a role and because that advert was on TV, would you give someone your last role? You'd be more inclined to give them your last role because you wouldn't want to seem selfish.
Have you ever eaten an entire large pizza yourself?
Yes.
I think we all have.
Yeah, I think we all. Sometimes you just need it. Sometimes there's just nothing else for it but the whole pizza.
Absolutely. Have you ever cheated on a boyfriend, i.e. had more than one boyfriend at a time?
Truthfully, yes.
Revelation.
Not so much had more than one boyfriend, because I mean we're talking about one boyfriends where, you know, you kind of like maybe you might hold hands for a second, you know, in the way to the swimming baths or something, and that means somebody's your boyfriend, and you're just trying out your options. I mean, how does a girl know if they don't try out different options? You need to know how you like to be treated. You need to know what you're into, and you're not going to learn that by just having one boyfriend. It's my personal opinion. My mommy may disagree.
When you sleep, do you keep to one side of the bed or do you hog the whole thing, cover included?
Sometimes I go to sleep depending on how tired I am, but I've literally been to sleep some nights and woke up in the exact same position. Nothing's moved, like literally the sheets are still in the same place. I think it's just from being so tired. And then other times if it's too hot, it's just a whole disaster. I mean, the bed's all over the place.
Did you keep any of the outfits from your latest video?
Yes, I had them all.
Oh, did you keep the leotard?
Got the leotard, the Dolce & Gabbana number.
The flowery one.
And yes, that's just a one-piece leotard.
Love that.
Got the jacket. I didn't bring back the thigh suspender type things. I thought I would save that for the video.
You travel a lot. Do you ever take a Brit food with you to remind you of home?
I have a bar restaurant over in California. So we have a specific company that's called Let's Buy British that literally imports British food. We have like HP sauce and Heinz baked beans and proper sausages and bacon and stuff like that. Yeah. So we have it actually shipped into the US for us.
So never go without your orders.
Never go without.
Love it. If you could only ever sing one of these songs for the rest of your life, would it be Girls Aloud the Promise or Insatiable?
That's a hard one. Why do I have to choose between two? Why can I not just sing both? I would do a mega mash the two of them
mash up.
Mash up.